SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodoma, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodoma, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
The best radio
Broadcasting
show
worldwide, online 24/7,
all around the world. In your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Star Radio. Star Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
All right, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be this morning. My sincere apologies for the late start of the program. As we did say yesterday, there was an appointment and they were still working at it. But thank God they finished and they thought we could do the program for tomorrow. I said, no, we have to still do it for today. It doesn't matter how long it takes. But so, wherever you are, I'm here this morning to bring you everything that you need to know from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar, basically in the headlines. Be rest assured of one thing, I'm going to bring you to the fore. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Okay, so from now until 12:30, I'm going to be your captain. I'm going to make sure I bring you everything from archaeology to zoology. So, just take the ride with us, hop in, buckle up. If you are standing, hold on to something. At times it gets bumpy, but be rest assured of one thing: with me at the helm, your destination is assured. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. All right then, let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. He was working assiduously to make sure that the program comes on. Doesn't matter how long the time will be, but he said no, the program has to come on today. So yes, boss, massive good morning to you. Morning to Perry. Good morning to Brother Felix all the way in Aberdeen. Kojodi, good morning. Mr. Dantaberi, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, Moneyman. Good morning to HRH Linda Palian. Good morning, Mr. Frank Davids, Mr. Layomi Koiki, and all you wonderful people who have tuned in each day or each morning, listen to us. We salute you. Atakofi, good morning. Nianana Joe, good morning. Of a Sherman, special good morning also goes all the way to Cape Town, South Africa, to Eben, yeah, Kwame, good morning to you. Good morning to Antonio and the family there as well. To Delta in Kumasi, good morning to you. Mom, Mrs. Vida Hammond, good morning. And to all the Hammonds, Abedis, and all you wonderful people who tune in each day to listen to us, to our wonderful clergy who have backed Star Radio UK from the onset, Reverend Emmanuel Seth Chidi, Reverend Michael Esiama, and then Apostle Henry Bruce, and the one and only Captain Tete himself. Massive good morning to you all. Once again, I say good morning and welcome to this platform. Those of you who watch us on Koiki Media platform, Yoruba Nation platform, United States of Biafra platforms, I salute you. And let me say good morning also to no other one but Bishop Adeshina, Anthony Adedeji, Samsudin. Good morning to you. Aziz, good morning. It's been a while. I hope you are all doing very, very, very well. To Chief Dr. Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, good morning. Professor Banji Akitoye, good morning to you all there. And to all the wonderful people who join us daily, I say good morning once again. All right then, let's move on to some of the other the program outline. I'm going to bring you the quote for the day. The weather forecast will follow suit. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds this morning, and that pertaining to your travels as well. And then we'll be looking at current events as well. And then at a quarter, okay, but at 12 o'clock exactly, I will activate the line for you to add your voice to the discussions. Then at 12:30, we'll bring the curtains down for the end of the program. So, yes, that's what's going to happen. So, wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial. Continue to stay tuned to Star Radio UK and listen to us on this platform. Once again, welcome to Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, let's move on. Okay, that was a wrong one. Okay, so the quote for the day says, a paradigm like a catalyst will either facilitate or inhibit progress or success. A paradigm like a catalyst will either facilitate or inhibit success or progress. So look at it. So whatever actions, whatever thing that you want to do, you have to look at it critically before you make your move. So that's by way of the code for the day. All right, then let me take you straight to the weather front as well. What's coming in? It's been raining, chucking down like no man's business here. But how is the weather in where you are? I want to know. I want to really know. But for those of you in London and southeastern part of England, this is how the weather is going to be for you today. We're going to be having mild and breezy day. It will be cloudy day with outbreaks of rain moving in heavy at times. Tonight will remain cloudy for a time, though rain should ease away. Later in the night, clouds should clear southwards to leave clear spells. Top temperature is going to be 11 degrees and the lower is going to be 2 degrees. Well, then tomorrow it drops a bit, the temperature drops a bit to 6 degrees there, and then we'll be averaging between 9 and 10 for the weekend. But wherever you are, that is by way of the weather forecast. Now let's move on straight to the travels as well. Let's see whether there have been any changes in the travels as well. So on the travels, apart from the wind rush that is having a part suspension between West Croydon and Sydenham, all the others are running a good service. London Overground, London DLR and London Tramlink, good service there as well. Now to the major roads in London, I can tell you assuredly there are no exceptional delays on the River Bus, good service there. The London Cable Car, good service there as well. Bringing us to the final segment of the travel update, that is the National Rail. And on the National Rail this morning, I have what? Great Western Railway and ScotRail all offering special service. On that note, I will say it once again as I normally would. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a commercial break. We come back. We go global trotting. Stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 002 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
You are listening to Star Radio Morning Show.
Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. With the time now exactly at 11:41, and let's go global trotting. Now, what have I got for you this morning? Well, kicking off from home here in the UK, X could lose right to self-regulate, says Starr. It is currently illegal to share deep fakes, but the law against creating them has not yet come into force. So we're going to be telling you more about that. And BBC seeks dismissal of Trump's $5 billion defamation lawsuit. We'll be bringing you more on that as well. And disgusting, devastating, and shambles residents angry as thousands without water for fourth day. Mandelson makes personal apology for continuing Epstein friendship. Well, as he said, he didn't know. And Tories say Zahawi peerage request turned down before defection to reform UK. Well, he wanted a peerage and he didn't get that. Well, it might be not. But well, whatever it is, he's done a U-turn or his jump ship joined reform. In other stories as well, making the rounds across the world, Trump briefed on military and covert options for Iran. Sources have said the U.S. president also imposes 25% tariff on countries that do business with Tehran, while Iran's foreign minister says his country is ready for war. They just kept killing. Eyewitnesses describe deadly crackdown in Iran. But where does it end? The question once again is, are they going to be going on? Because they are pushing the narrative. And if they can just continue to push it, well, lives will be lost, yet they'll be able to, change everything, the course of the nation. Then you just have to allow them to do so. But again, vacuum being created. Now, in other places, cold weather and data centers drive up U.S. greenhouse gas emissions. Ooh, a miracle baby born in a tree above Mozambique floodwaters dies age 25. Wow. The water couldn't kill him, but now managed to die age 25. Wow. Trump to meet Venezuelan opposition leader Machado at White House. Do you think that he's going to say, let's see the leadership of the country to her? Because maybe she did very well in the election that took place before then. The Venezuelan leader, former leader, let me put it that way, Maduro, said he had won. Well, central bank chiefs stand in solidarity with U.S. Fed Chair Powell. Well, we see how that pans out. And Le Pen's political fate rests on appeal trial opening in France today. We were tricked. How one woman lures foreign men to fight on Russian front line. Well, it wasn't only wherever it is, but in South Africa as well. We had that happening where one of South Africa's leaders' daughter was actually recruiting people. It's allegedly said to have recruited people to the battlefront to fight for Iran. Well, more going to be coming your way from there. On the African front, Niger revokes licenses of tanker drivers who refuse to go to Mali amid jihadist blockade. Now, if it is difficult for them to go, what do they do? What can they do? And they revoke their licenses because they are scared of what is going to happen there on the way. Would they get military accompaniment or protection to get to that place? Well, who voters in one of the world's youngest countries give an 81-year-old another term? To call it the world's youngest country. Well, it's been there for ages, right? Okay. He once criticized African leaders who cling to power. Now he wants a 7th term. Who? The 81-year-old Yoweri Museveni. Well, moving on to some other stories making the round this morning across the globe. UN says doctors in Sudan are doing all they can to provide support to people. And Somalia cancels all agreement with United Arab Emirates. Is it because they seem to be tilting towards Somaliland? Well, the Gambia Reparations Commission begins payment to victims of Jammeh-era abuses. And Rwanda nominates former top diplomat for 3rd term as Francophone head. All right, let's see how that pans out for them as a country and the continent as a whole. We'll bring you more on that front. In Nigeria, you can't sack Wike. Fayose wants Fubara. Okay, ex-governor Segun Oni rejoins APC. Well. I bet before it gets to 2027, there's going to be lots of defections and affections, if there's any word like that there. But we're bringing you more from the front. Building a stronger Africa brand as South Africa CEO calls for sustained messaging on diversity. And the 2 arrested after police intercepted over 1,600 suspected narcotic parcels in Tema. The picture in front of me is like, I don't know what it looks like. You know, what do we call that? Shea butter, you know, in those calabashi thing. Yeah, it looks like that. I don't know whether the shea butter is gone from the calabash or that calabash thing, the way it's gone. Okay. Now, in other stories making the round, MPP invokes constitution to expel Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng. Is it because he's telling the truth? People cannot stand him. And have 100,000 Ghana cedis or don't wed. Duncan Williams slams lavish wedding. Is it preparation? Okay. ICE medically cleared Oforiatta before detention, says Ghana. Will he be deported to the country? Well, or extradited, as we say. I'm not very sure. Which party leaves government with its finance minister missing? Ex-Subin MP blast Oforiatta. Let's see how that pans out as well. And well, he's got money. When we talk about money, he's got loads of money. So why are they still keeping him there? Well. Starr Radio UK, the morning show. Archie, your man. Okay. And as I did say earlier on, Oforiatta is embarrassing Ghana, says Martin Kpebu. And then Boko conflict court orders AG to justify continued detention of Seydou Agbagre. Well, if the person is being stoking the fire, why not? Well. We need to know the truth. And the truth is what sets people free, right? Okay, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. A quick break, and then I will bring you the details of the stories making the rounds this morning. Kicking off from home here in the UK. Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and thank you very much to each and every one of you who have joined us today. Though the late start of the program, yet you are with us. I really appreciate your patronage. Okay, then. Now let me say good morning to Shireen, the boss lady of Inspire Nursery. Yes, at 68 Wilmer Road for your childcare. Yeah, just get in touch with them. Inspire Nursery is in Croydon. Yes, 68 Wilmer Road, Croydon, and they will see to everything for you. All right then, and for all your accounting issues, oh boy, look no further. As we said, just contact the CEO, the GIL Accountancy Services. Yes, or email dan@gilaccountants.com. Accountants with an S. Okay, and he will help you out on those ones. But Friday, God willing, we'll be having him back on, and we're going to be looking at some tax element because we know you have people are supposed to be filing their what do we call it, personal taxes the 31st of January. So please. All right then. Now kicking off with the stories making the rounds here. The Prime Minister, the UK says the UK will bring into force a law which will make it illegal to create non-consensual intimate images following widespread concerns over Elon Musk's Grok AI chat box. Speaking to Labour MPs on Monday, Sir Keir Starmer warned X could lose the right to self-regulate. Now, if X cannot control Grok, we will, he said, adding the government will act quickly in response to the issue. Now, the government also plans to unveil legislation to make it illegal to supply online tools used to create such images. Maybe you're listening to us and you're not sure of that image, whatever the image is. So the Grok has the ability, the chat GPT, has the ability to undress the chat box, AI box, to undress somebody. And so let's say let's say me. Let me use myself as an example. And I'm standing there, and you want to see me, my nude, which I've not posted any nude thing of mine online. But then you use that chat to that AI chat box to just do that, and it creates that. And so can you just imagine women, or even creating the scene where there's a tendency that they can create you, maybe kissing my producer Francis, but meanwhile I'm straight, I'm not gay, okay, but in a compromised position, or even another lady, or something which actually can actually defame people or destroy the image that people have. But what has Elon Musk said so far? He thinks that, well, the UK government is trying to, or the Labour government is trying to clamp down on freedom of speech or dissent. But if you are, it doesn't matter what party you belong to, because we know that it was, first of all, fanning the flames for reform and other bits. Do you see this as a right move by government, or should we just sit back and just say, everybody do whatever you want? At the end of the day, when we see people, because they know that they kept themselves to themselves, and then the next moment they are online somewhere, nudity, whatever they are doing, whatever they've created about them, and then they start committing suicide or having mental ailment and stuff like that. How would that feel or be if it's not you, but let's say it's your sister, it's your mother, it's your wife, it's your daughter? How will you feel? So that is where you have to come from, and then look at it holistically. In a statement, Technology Secretary Liz Kendall has urged the regulator not to take months and months to conclude its investigation, and demand it set out a timeline as soon as possible. It is currently illegal to share deepfakes of adults in the UK, but legislation in the Data Use and Access Act, which will make it a criminal offense to create or request them, has not been enforced until now, despite passing in June 2025. Last week, campaigners accused the government of dragging its heel on implementing the law. But Liz Kendall told the Commons that the offense will be brought into force this week. In addition to Data Act, Kendall said she would also make it a priority offense in the Online Safety Act. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, it is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right then, let's move on. Well. The BBC says they filed a motion to dismiss Donald Trump's lawsuit over how his 6 January 2021 speech was edited in the Panorama documentary. The U.S. president filed a $5 billion lawsuit in Florida court last month, accusing the BBC of defamation of violating a trade practices law. Now, court papers filed on Monday showed the broadcaster who argued the Florida court lacks personal jurisdiction over the BBC. The court venue is improper, and that Trump has failed to state a claim. The BBC previously apologized to Trump over the edict, but rejected his demand for compensation and disagreed there was a basis for a defamation claim. Now, how is this going to impact the UK as a whole? Because it's not one who want to be called a loser. So now is going to be stuck in it. Is it going to be saying that, well, if BBC is a state broadcaster and therefore it belongs to the UK, now I'm going to place some tariff on the UK or on our media? That means when I talk about media, film production, that are films that will be brought into to be viewed in the US are all going to be subject to some tariffs, higher tariffs than it's unpredictable. So what is going to happen there? But ladies and gentlemen, it's quite an interesting one. We'll be following very, very soon, and then we'll be telling you more about what is going to happen there at 11:58. I'll be activating the line in the next couple of minutes. Okay. Now, interestingly, one that will interest each and every one of us, the Lib Dems, the Liberal Democrats, have set out a £1.5 billion plan to give patients in England a legal right to be seen in A&E within 12 hours to end what they have called a deadly corridor crisis. In a speech, party leader Sir Ed Davey called for a new legal duty to limit the time patients wait to be admitted, transferred, or discharged after arriving in the A&E. The Lib Dems say their plans will be funded by scrapping a UK-US pharmaceutical deal, which could see the NHS pay billions more for drugs. The Department of Health and Social Care said the government had invested an extra £26 billion in the NHS and argued it will take time to turn around the mess they inherited. The number of patients waiting more than 12 hours for admission to A&E has increased substantially since the pandemic in 2021. So what can the government do under such circumstances? And what do you agree with what the Lib Dems are saying, investing 1.5 billion? Meanwhile, the government says they've invested what? Almost 26 billion in there, or budgeted that for it. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In a debate this morning, I had some panelists on one of the major tellies, so let me say ITV. Good morning. We're of the view that when you are in opposition, which we all know, when you are opposition, you talk different. You see everything from a different point of perspective. But when you come into reality, when you come to the place where now let's see what is happening and how you're going to be tackling it, that is a different ball game. What you were shouting about, it happens that you cannot be shouting about it that way, or making threats. You cannot be doing those things because you are in government, and therefore things have to change. But well, let me open the lines and then let's continue with the show.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Starr Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
Okay then. Now, if you want to join in the conversation this morning, one, you can post your comments on the platforms that we are broadcasting on, and I promise you one thing for sure, that I will read it and I will acknowledge you. However, if you want your voice to be heard, call us via Teams. And the ID is what? Starr Radio UK. Starr Radio UK via Teams.
From the studio now.
So, via Teams, Starr Radio UK.
From the studio now.
However, you can also post your comments on our WhatsApp, and I'll be able to share that as well. Okay, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 2 minutes past the top of the hour. Before we move on to other parts of the world, interestingly, you remember the recent past UK ambassador to the US, Lord Mandelson, has offered a personal apology to the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. Now, over his decision to maintain a friendship with the late pedophile after his conviction. The former cabinet minister had faced criticism after he offered a limited apology for system failures that had let women down. In a broadcast on Sunday, he said, that was broadcasted yesterday. He spoke to the BBC on Sunday, but was broadcasted yesterday. Lord Mandelson went further yesterday. He said, I did not want to be held responsible for that is Jeffrey Epstein's crime, of which I was ignorant, not indifferent, because of the lies he told me and so many others. I was wrong to believe him following his conviction and to continue my association with him afterwards. I apologize unequivocally for doing so to the women and girls who suffered. The government dismissed Lord Mandelson as its ambassador to the U.S. last September. Downing Street said new information had emerged relating to the former ambassador's relationship with Epstein. Now, emails reveal Lord Mandelson had been in contact with Epstein after the American financier first conviction in 2008, when he advised Epstein to clear his name in a string of supportive messages. Epstein's first conviction was part of a plea bargain he reached in Florida. He was sentenced to 18 months in prison after pleading guilty in 2 charges, including soliciting girls as young as 14 for prostitution. In 2019, Epstein died in New York prison cell while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. Did he commit suicide? Was he murdered? That has been the debate there. Well, you look at the means, I mean, the sheets that he's alleged to have tied and hanged himself with is quite an interesting one. Experts are saying otherwise, but what do you think there? Was he bumped off? Okay, Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on. Now, in the U.S., let's bring this first. Now, President Donald Trump has been briefed on a wide range of coverts and military tools for use in Iran. Now, 2 Department of Defense officials said. Now, long-range missile strikes remain an option for a potential U.S. intervention, but Pentagon officials have also presented cyber operation and psychological campaign responses, the sources said. Trump announced 25% tariffs on goods from countries with commercial ties to Iran on Monday, as rights groups say more than 600 protesters have been killed in 3 weeks of anti-government protests. But on other media platforms as well, they're talking about almost 2,000 people who have been killed so far. So depending on where you are standing and information that you are gathering. Now, Trump's national security team is expected to hold a meeting at the White House today to discuss options for Iran, the sources said, but it's unclear whether the president himself will be in attendance. The U.S. president had earlier said the military was weighing very strong options to intervene if more protesters were killed. So where is more? What is more? When we talk about more, is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 10? Is it 500? Is it 1,000? Is it 2,000? As some media operators are saying there. Well, frustration over the collapse of the Iranian currency and economic mismanagement has expanded into a crisis of legitimacy for Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Now, Fars, Iran's linked news agency, claimed that on Monday that night was the calm after the storm, following weeks of protests, with a night free from unrest in many cities, including the capital, Tehran. However, information coming through the BBC footages that have been received from people who claim protests took place in a number of locations across the country due to an ongoing internet blackout. It is difficult to verify when the videos were filmed. Well, is it too little, too late? And has the momentum left them? And do you think they should go on to fight this cause? But well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Star Radio UK, and this is the favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The U.S. state of Minnesota has sued the Trump administration in an attempt to block a search of federal immigration agents in the state. The lawsuit argues the deployment amount to an unconstitutional federal invasion. Minnesota's Attorney General Kate Ellison said immigration operation has upended life for millions and caused chaos and violence. It comes after Rennie Good, 37, was shot dead by an immigration agent in Minneapolis last week, triggering large protests in the city. The lawsuit asks a federal court to declare the deployment illegal. The Trump administration has described the legal action as baseless. It has also pledged to significantly increase its deployment in the area. The administration has said the agents are targeting undocumented migrants and that federal agents are needed to ensure their safety during operations. In a news conference announcing the legal challenge on Monday, Ellison said the deployment violated the state's sovereign authority to protect the health and well-being of every single person who lives within their borders. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frame alleged that the agents were illegally targeting people who they assumed to be immigrants based on racial profiling. He said their action had led to an increase in calls of 911 and forced city police to overwork or work overtime to investigate incidents involving immigration and customs enforcement. The unlawful deployment of thousands of armed, masked, and poorly trained federal agents is hurting Minnesota. Now, he accused the Trump administration of persecuting the state of Minnesota because of our political views. Democrats currently hold the governorship and control the state legislature. Kate Ellison made it abundantly clear today he is prioritizing politics over public safety. Tricia McLaughlin from the Department of Homeland Security said in a statement, "This is a baseless lawsuit, and we look forward to proving that in court." Now, if there are people there who are living there illegally, not they are being racially profiled or for that sort, then shouldn't the right course of things be done or seen to? Okay, we're looking at the far right in various places in across the world. Let me put it that way, for lack of word, and what they have been moving or pushing, the agenda, the narrative they've been pushing, that is making governments in various places who, virtually shivering, and therefore they think they need to do something about issues pertaining to illegal migration. Okay, so they are all doing something. But when somebody has been here over a period of time, or in that particular place over a period of time, and therefore qualify for their status to be changed or whatever, and you are trying to drive them out, then it makes the whole thing a bit, running people up, and then all those bits makes it quite difficult. One of the persons who have been running up in the U.S. is Ghana's former finance minister. Is it because his what do you call it? His visa is expired or what? But I'm going to tell you more about that in a moment. It's all coming away from Starr Radio. Okay, just hold on for a moment. We'll come back.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Star Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Archie on Star Radio. Nobody does it better.
Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 12:14. We've got about another 16 minutes to bring the program to a close. But thank you very much to every one of you who is tuned in this morning, especially those of you on the YouTube channel as well. I salute each and every one of you, and I say welcome to the program. But interestingly, now with the eyes and let me say good morning. It's very early there to Comfort Aheve. They live in Minnesota. And then Mr. Buama in Texas, and Abiose in New York. Yeah, I salute you all. And then to the McKeevers in Florida and in Chicago. Those are families there. I salute each and every one of you there. Do you think the move by the Trump administration is a good one? Somebody will say, yeah, if you do so, then people will not be like virtually crossing the channel to come here. But when, let me put it this way, when people are that desperate, and our leadership as developing countries, I'm talking about Africa and some of the other part of the world, have not set up to do the right thing, and individuals have just looked at their own personal interests and their own pockets to enrich themselves at the expense of the general public. Then people become desperate and come here. Then who do we say we're going to be holding responsible? Again, I don't want to look down on the fact that these advanced countries have also, in one way, shape or the other, sometimes due to foreign policies, have affected the economy of various countries, and therefore people have no choice but to move from their countries. It's quite an interesting one because but there are other countries where people are traveling. The issue, one of the issues that have been worrying is that when the people are coming in, it's difficult for you to ascertain who they really are because they come in as undocumented and they don't have. They say, so I can say that my name is Louise Marshall. Okay. Louise Marshall, I was born in 1970, and then just use that. And I say, I come from, which country can I come from now? Let's say I come from Gambia. All right. So I'm using that as a, but in actual fact, I might not be coming from there. Maybe because I know that Gambia, the official language is English. So I can speak English. So I can say that, yeah, I also hail from Gambia. But it takes a bit of time for them to investigate to know who or where. So it impedes the progress when it comes to they finalizing whether the person has to live here or has to go. But Trump has looked at the whole thing and just put the whole thing together. You've not got it, push, and then the next moment, boom, to your country of origin. And whether if your country of origin saying they don't know you, like I'm saying I'm Louis Marshall from Gambia, the Gambians are saying they don't know me, then he says, okay, another country, a third country that can take people like that, they go into business with, and then maybe reduce a bit of their tariffs, and then they say they just ship you there. So it's quite a, but again, they don't want to lose the support of their base, which some are calling them the far right, who are saying that everybody should stay in their country. But I remember back in the day when we had some programs that Frank and some of our panelists will talk about the fact that, well, back in the day we have the slave masters coming to enslave people, take them and then put them on the ships and take them to the West Indies and the Americas at the time. And then but now if a ship comes to land or a plane comes to land that we want people to come to come overseas to come and do, we will have the chiefs who are saying with their palanquin and everything standing there, say that they'll be the first to go. Why? Because they think that things are better off here than back home. Okay, so people are gravitating towards this side. And one other interesting thing is that people don't tell people the real truth. So they think that like one of the, was it the movie that one of the guys wrote? Any one of you, the Raskin Bobo, good morning to you as well. Good afternoon. And to all the producers and very producers that have come on the platform, present times and in the past. May Queen, good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon to you as well. The lovely tune that she's going to come out way before the Christmas time. We'll try our best to see whether I can be sampling some of them during the course of the month. Maybe sometime next week we'll be doing those things as well. But it's quite interesting because you look at this issue, the push factors. Then it's because, let's take a typical example of what has happened in Venezuela now. Okay, before the economy became that bad, it's because of the sanctions that have been placed on Venezuela. Okay, so before Maduro came in, he was the vice of who? That's your assignment. Papa will say so. Now, so you see that before Maduro became the president of Venezuela, they were facing sanctions. And then when the sanctions had gone on for some time, then it affects everything. It affects the economy and blah, blah, blah. They cannot trade. But you look at the oil enrichment. I mean, so that if they were drilling their oils and selling as much as they're supposed to be, it's one of the richest countries on the globe. However, they find themselves in that particular place. Now, we've gone there to go and take Maduro, the wife, out. Now, the government is trying to reform and do all those bits, which we know that people are advocating that if you are going in, they're going totally and just clear everything and let's see how things pan out. But again, people are desperate, and if some people are that desperate and hearing that Americans say, you know what, we're going to be selling the oil and then we'll be benefiting from it and Venezuela will be benefiting. But somebody will say, is that yours? Or are you going to sell it to yourself cheaper? Or at no extra cost to you? So it's all, there's a lot of things, and this pushes people to leave their country to go seek greener pastures elsewhere. And when these people find themselves in such things and are treated that way, it makes it heart-wrenching. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And so if you look on and look back to what is happening in other parts of the world, you look at what Iran is happening. Look at Libya. Need I say more? Look at Iraq and all those places where leadership have been moved, or what government have been virtually moved or removed, and the vacuum that has been created and the impact. But well, Starr Radio UK, there are some people who are able to detect or say how things will have to be going when it comes to the finances of the advanced countries. And who are those? Well, the central bank governors. Well, but you know, Trump is taking the Fed chair power to court, right? If I say he hasn't got a clue about it, is the Justice Department that has done so. But central banks across the world have joined together to declare they stand in full solidarity with the Federal Reserve Chair after the U.S. launched a criminal investigation into Jerome Powell. Now, the heads of the Bank of England and European Central Bank and the Bank of Canada are among 11 senior bankers who have signed a statement highlighting the importance of independence in setting interest rates. Chair Powell has served with integrity, focused on his mandate, and unwavering commitment to the public interest, they said. So Trump is saying, cut the interest, just cut it big, so that everybody knows that I'm doing good. But you see, there are things or aspects of the economy that has to be looked, or trade that has been looked to or looked at to come to that conclusion that yes, it is a good point to drop by so much percentage points or increase by so much percentage point. So if they happen to, with interference and intimidation, let me put it that way for lack of words, causing Powell, okay, Jerome Powell too, and his team to say, okay, let's cut interest rates, and they do cut the interest rates, and you see that the independence of the central bank has been compromised. Do you think, or how do you think it's going to impact the financial international, or what do you call it, the finances of the world? Because there's a saying that when the US coughs, then developing countries, or especially the UK, they catch the cold. So anything that happens there will have an impact, whether positive or negative. So what do you think about that? And that makes it quite interesting, pertaining to the quote for the day that I did earlier on, and it says a paradigm is like a catalyst, will either facilitate or inhibit success or progress. And the question is, which one would that be? Well. So they are throwing their support behind him, and let's see if Trump will fast by that. Not sure about that, but let's see. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right, we have to go straight to the African front as well. You can't sack Wiki. And who is speaking? I'm going to be telling you more about that. A chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, Ayodele Fayose, amid a lingering political rift between Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has advised Fubara to emulate the leadership style of Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyabanji. Now, he says that on Tuesday, while speaking during an interview on a TV network, he urged the Rivers Governor to adopt humility and seek reconciliation with Wike. According to the former Ekiti State Governor, political leaders must recognize those who play key roles in their emergence and manage disagreement with wisdom. Fayose said Oyebanji once humbled himself by seeking his support, a move he described as a sign of political maturity. Now. You see, this is where this godfatherism and all those things take place. And therefore, if the person leading is saying gibberish or speaking gibberish or rubbish, oh yeah, we are, let's go to North Korea and let's go and do that. Or maybe go to China, or maybe go to Russia to do it. But if you're practicing democracy, if the leader is not towing the line, he's doing something wrong, and because he's not in power, he wants to unleash whatever his influence, say that yeah, we need to be able to stop those things, so that it's the greater interest of the whole community that we are looking at, not individual interests. But well, somebody say it's one of the youngest democracies in the world, so it will take a bit of time. Yes, I do agree with that. But as we go on, election is going to be taking place in Uganda. But what do you think is going to happen? As opposition candidate Bobby Wine and his people are being clamped down upon like no man's business. But let's see. Who knows? Starr Radio UK. Now, while some other countries are trying to relieve themselves from colonial influence, others are actually dragging themselves back to say, cover us, please, cover us. Now, Rwanda has said it will back its former foreign minister for a third term as head of global institution that forces cooperation among French-speaking countries. The announcement was made by the country's top diplomat, Olivier Ndogihere, in an interview with Joan Afrique. It comes 10 months ahead of next summit of the Organisation Internationale de la Francophonie, scheduled to take place in November in the Cambodia capital, Phnom Penh. Now, Louise Mishikawabo has headed the global institution, which unites 88 member state governments and observers since 2019. Kigali says she has overseen a structure and coherent transformation of the organization, strengthening its political credibility, institutional clarity, and operational effectiveness. I've not had the time to actually study how it's all panned out, but if you're looking at back in the day when we're looking at the fact that when it happens that a country, your budget has to now be, a percentage of the budget has to be taken, or is it your percentage of your budget? I've forgotten the term that we were using at the day. But let's say the monies that you have made. Okay, it's not the budget. The monies, your economic growth, some percentage has to be placed in your colonial master's account, and then when you need loans, you have to go to them to go and get loans. And then, so I asked myself the question: so the monies that they are paying to the colonial master's central accounts, do they get interest on that, or it's a contribution to the colonial master so that they can be strong and maybe help other weaker colonies, former colonies, let me put it that way. It's quite an interesting, it's a quite an interesting thing that seems to be going on in the former colonial French colonies. But I don't think Ghana put some of its revenues in the British central bank, or the Bank of England, or anything of the sort. I don't think we do so. And again, we don't have the options where when contracts or this are going to be given, they said that you have to give to them first. They have to have the first point of refusal, option of refusal. If they don't, then they can decide, okay, you can give it to someone else. Or that's after they've looked at it, which would have been a good thing, because if you are financing everything, then why not? But if the people are financing their own thing, then they can look elsewhere for it. But, well, how has the union actually helped the former colonies? Has it bettered their lives? I know they provide security. So you had French security forces in various French countries, former colonies, who helped them just in case there is any trouble being fomented. But you look at what has happened of late, where 3 or 4 former French-speaking countries have all had a coup d'etat. But in the West African region, let me say 3 of them. And the fact that they've decided to chuck out the French and they want to just get on with their own lives. The question is, what do you see and what do we want? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. But maybe they have to still support. All right then, Starr. Well, in other stories making the round this morning, there have been pictures that have been posted pertaining to the election campaign. Well, this time round, we have Bobby Wine on stage with an umbrella with supporters. But will the support and everything go on? I can see somebody with this big scar around there, from the head, the front of their head to the back there. But the question that I ask once again is, will they have them the boldness to go and vote, or will they be intimidated so that they cannot go and even vote at all? So we can make lots of noise outside, but when it comes to making big noise inside, that will not happen. Well, Yaya Jammeh, the healer, the leader, and healer of HIV/AIDS. So he was healing the people with some concoction that he had. I don't know who revealed that to him. The Gambian Reparation Commission has begun paying reparations to victims of human rights abuses perpetrated under the regime of former Gambian dictator Yahya Jammeh, the body said in a statement on Monday. The commission described the move as a significant milestone in its mandates for justice and dignity. It said payments are being disbursed in phases, starting with victims who endured violations early in Jammeh's rule. The commission reaffirms its unwavering commitment to delivering transformative, transparent, and victim-centered reparations in accordance with its mandate. The statement read. Jammeh, a military officer, seized power in 1994 coup and held onto the presidency until 2017. So he was there for how long? Boy, 23 years, right? Yeah. He went to exile after losing the 2016 presidential election. So let's say 22 years. Jammeh's authoritarian rule was marked by human rights violations, including extrajudicial killings and arbitrary arrests. The Gambian Reparation Commission was created in 2017 to investigate abuses, collect testimonies from victims and witnesses, and work towards transitional justice and reconciliation. So do you think with this move that has taken place now, Gambia, they will have a closure as a nation, and then they can come together as one people? This is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, we are moving on. Well. This is quite an interesting one. I don't know how it's linked up with, but they brought it in as well. The federal judge in Manhattan has barred Bruce Fein from representing Venezuela's deposed President Nicolas Maduro after finding that Mr. Fein was never authorized by the defendant to act on his behalf. Judge Alvin K. Halstein and Mr. Fein lacked the right to appear for Mr. Maduro because he had not been hired by the Venezuelan leader. Mr. Fein, a lawyer for Nnamdi Kanu, the imprisoned Nigerian leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Mr. Kanu was sentenced to life imprisonment for terrorism in 2025. He had been to Abuja Division of the Federal High Court and the State Secret Services facility multiple times to see Mr. Kanu. Now, since Mr. Maduro was abducted from Caracas to Manhattan to stand trial for narco terrorism charges, lawyers have jostled to represent him, given his high-profile personality. Among them were Mr. Fein, Barry J. Pollack, and David Wilstrom. Mr. Pollack represented Mr. Maduro at his arraignment in the federal court in Manhattan. Everybody wants to do something about it. But if you are Maduro, would you want to use a lawyer who has trying to defend somebody who have been thrown into jail, sentenced to life imprisonment, to represent you? What hope? What has been his current? I mean, you want high-profile cases where he's won something, not one that he's lost, and then he say, well, I don't know. But if it's left to me, I will look elsewhere. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Now, touching on one story from Ghana, and then we can bring the program to a close there. I said 12:30, but yes, yeah. Let me say. So let's say a couple of stories. Okay, interesting. No joke. 2 men have been arrested after the Tema Regional Police Command seized 1,613 parcels of suspected narcotic drugs in a targeted intelligence operation along the Akosombo Tema Road. Boy, I wish you can see this picture. It's all been weighed and That like every bag that will be passed will be weighed and they're rating the weight on it. So this is 2.2. Is it kgs? Is it is it 6.6 or various? The operation conducted in the early hours of January 11 at Agomeda Junction, according to the police in a statement, followed tips that the illegal substance were being transported from the Volta region towards Tema, being carried in a 4x4. So I don't know, with the tinted glasses, I bet anybody using tinted glasses now, cars with tinted glasses will be in trouble. The police intercepted a white Toyota Highlander and a black Mitsubishi Pajero driven by 33-year-old Isaac Odoi and 39-year-old Kwame Meni. Searches of the vehicle uncovered 872 parcels in the Pajero and 741 parcels in the Highlander, all suspected to contain narcotics. Ooh. Holy moly. The suspects were taken into custody and handed over to the regional CID in Tema on January 12. The samples of the substance have been sent to the Forensic Crime Laboratory for testing, and further searches are planned at the suspect's residence. Oh boy. ASP Dede Jakbasu, head of the public affairs for the Tema Command, said the operation underscored the police's ongoing commitment to disrupting drug trafficking networks and urged the public to provide credible intelligence to support law enforcement agencies. Well, it's a big catch, and boy, I bet this one, I don't know where, because it's massive. It's massive. But, well. One final story. No, okay, a couple of them. Where do I start from? Okay, let me bring you this first. That is the MPP invoking the membership of Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng. The MPP has described the conduct and utterances of Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng as highly reprehensible and inimical to the values, unity, and integrity of the political party. It has consequently invoked the relevant provisions of its constitution to commence the necessary processes to expel him from the party strictly in accordance with due process. A statement issued by the Accra and today and signed by its General Secretary Justin Kodia Frimpong explained that the party had taken due notice of comment made by Professor Frimpong Boateng during an interview on Channel 1 TV on Monday, in which he described the MPP as a fake party and further stated that he no longer considered himself a member of the MPP. In the same interview, Professor Frimpong Boateng made additional disparaging remarks about the party and alleged, among other things, that the party's 2023 presidential primary was rigged in favor of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the MPP presidential candidate for the 2024 general election. It noted. Well, he made such a statement and they said, boy, you are out, man. Okay, is he out or is he in? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And one other important story, has it eluded me now? It was pertaining to how much you want to have if you want to have a massive wedding in Ghana. And this time around, the statement was made by no other one person by the Archbishop himself, Archbishop Duncan Williams, who is saying, if you want that big, fancy, then what you can do is get yourself 100,000 Ghana cities to be able to do so. I'm still going through. Oh, good. I got it. In a sermon, the founder and leader of the Action Chapel International, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, has sparked public debate after openly criticizing what he described as the growing culture of extravagant wedding, urging couples to place financial readiness above elaborate ceremonies. In a sermon that has since gone viral on social media, the Archbishop questioned why couples with limited means feels pressured to organize costly weddings, warning that such practices often push newly married couples into debt at the very start of their union. How true is that? I remember making same statement about a couple of weeks let's say about 10 days ago. If the man cannot prove that at least he has 100,000 Ghana cedis in his bank account, he shouldn't have a wedding, he said. You don't want to begin your marriage with debt. You go on honeymoon and the phone starts ringing. Someone who supplied the chair is calling. Another who provided the drink is asking for money. Before you realize it, your ability to function is gone. Archbishop Dr. Williams argued that the emphasis of wide weddings and lavish reception had distorted the true meaning of marriage, particularly among young people. How true. He maintained that marriage should not be equated with the scale of or cost of wedding ceremony. Now, if you have listened to me, do you agree with him? I think I agree with him, and let me say a big amen for that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Starr Radio UK. It's been your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Whoa. Now take our leave, and I'll see you all tomorrow, God willing. Until then, it is me, your one and only Archie, saying have a top of the day. Bye.
Body is your man. Bekutu, show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Starr Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for home. For here, we they call them London. And that's how you know. Just have fun and stay blessed.
Thanks for listening.